Hi.
Hi. I thought there was going to be 3 of you guys.
Yeah, one or no, he went to Bradford, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, swapped areas.
Yeah, I was like, I had to grab a charger.
Okay. Doing good, yeah. We got you a Bible and a Book of Mormon here for you.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Did you want both of them?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. We weren't sure if you needed both. We just brought them. But.
Oh, okay.
It's just a King
thank
James
you.
version.
Cool. Is this like the New Testament, Old Testament?
Old and new.
That's the New and the Old Testament. It just doesn't have the footnotes at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Neat. They make them so little nowadays.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Makes it nice.
Yeah, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, and then there's a Book of Mormon that you can have.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah. Awesome.
So it's good to meet you too.
Yeah, you
yeah,
too.
It's great to meet you too.
So I guess, how did you first meet with missionaries? Was it over the phone, or did they knock on your door?
Well, some time ago I had a boyfriend that was a Mormon. So I got a hold of you guys like 2 years ago or something.
Okay.
And my friend talked to you. I guess 3. Well, there was 3 of you guys, and it was on Skype. And then about a year ago, I was talking to 3 of you guys again.
Okay.
And here I am now.
It gets confusing because like you come in and out of the area a lot, so like I'm sure it's a new person every time.
Yeah.
But, for sure. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you want to share something? Share something?
Yeah. What? Just from the Book of Mormon, you want us to share something?
Yeah.
We. I guess, have you ever been told what the whole Book of Mormon is about before?
Like
in order?
In order?
Yeah.
What,
just the whole
from
story.
beginning to the end of the Book of Mormon. You kind of know the stories and kind of what it's about.
Well, I know Joseph Smith took
But
a lot of...
other than him, like the people in the actual book, not Joseph
Oh.
Smith.
The actual prophets in the Book of Mormon.
Yeah.
Oh. No, I
So,
never. I've heard of macaroni. I want to say macaroni, but I know that's wrong.
Yeah.
Moroni.
Moroni.
Yes.
So,
Moroni.
if it'd be good, we can just show you. There's kind of pictures at the beginning of the book. That
Oh,
kind of
okay.
show throughout the whole rest of the book.
Oh, okay.
It's just a brief summary. So, if it's good with you, we kind of just go over with it and just kind of show you what the book's actually about. If you've never actually, like, I guess, had a full understanding of the book.
Okay.
So yeah, so it just starts off in Jerusalem, the same time as
okay.
Jeremiah in the Bible.
Oh, okay.
And as it says in Jeremiah, right, that
Yeah.
the Babylonians were going to come and destroy Jerusalem. That the people were wicked, so
Yeah.
they were all told to flee.
Yeah.
And this guy right here,
Yeah.
this is Lehi, the dad. He was the one that received revelation to flee into the wilderness with his family, so that they didn't get
okay.
destroyed. And this right here is his son Nephi, and he is very obedient to his dad. He follows in his dad's commandments and really helps, and he's kind of more spiritual than his brothers were.
Mhm.
And so this is them just trying to find their way where to go in the wilderness, asking for help. And then it goes on that they end up receiving help through prayer, and then they are able to build this boat, which they're commanded to, and take way on the water. And they are going from Jerusalem, and they're going all the way to ancient America. And they land in the Americas. We're not sure where, south, north, middle, somewhere in the Americas. There was never a quite pinpoint of where they landed.
Somewhere in the New World.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they're pretty excited to leave because they've kind of been prophesying of this new promised land, which they've been told of.
Yeah.
It's just a new land with new opportunities, right? And there was already people living on America. I guess not America, but living on the American continent at this time, right? And so once they kind of got to America, they kind of mingled with those other groups. They still had dealings with God.
Okay.
And they called prophets while they were here in the Americas. And they were given the authority by God to baptize people, right?
Oh, okay.
So they had those ordinances. They established a church here. And they kind of did their thing. And throughout the Book of Mormon, it talks about Jesus Christ coming, right?
Okay.
Just like the Bible. The Bible prophesies of Jesus Christ in the Old Testament, and then in the New Testament, he comes, right?
Okay.
So same with the Book of Mormon. But as you know, right, just like in the Bible, right, people don't always like the prophets. It happens, even nowadays. So this is the prophet Samuel here trying to preach to the people. And the people don't like Samuel very much, or the things that he has to say. So they try to kill him. But Samuel ends up being saved by God.
Okay.
Because he has a more of a work to do. But the people, this is the point in the Book of Mormon that we love to share with people the most. This is when Jesus Christ, he comes to his people in the Americas. So this is after he was already crucified and resurrected in Jerusalem. Okay, so he got crucified, resurrected, and in the Bible it talks about how he has sheep that are not of this fold that he needs to go visit.
Okay.
And so those other sheep are the people of the Americas.
Oh,
And so
okay.
Jesus, he comes over to the people of the Americas and he ministers to them. And he talks to them one by one.
Okay.
And I guess, how would you feel, knowing Jesus Christ, he came to you personally to talk to you one-on-one?
That would be interesting. I would have tons of questions.
For sure. It'd be
Yes.
crazy, huh?
It would be definitely interesting.
For sure. It shows how much he loves everyone, right? He loves all of his people.
Yes, he does.
For sure. And so he teaches them his gospel, and he calls prophets and seers and revelators and apostles in order to govern his church here in the Americas. But the people, they get wicked again. They start persecuting those prophets again. And so this is Moroni that we were talking about.
Oh, okay.
This is the last, I guess, righteous person in the Americas, because they had killed off all the other righteous people. And so you can see that those are the gold plates.
Oh, okay.
And he takes those records, right? The whole Book of Mormon, all those prophets, he takes those records and he buries them deep in the ground. I guess you can kind of see right there. You make the stone box or whatever it goes
okay.
in. And so yeah, that's really what the Book of Mormon is about, right? It kind of has some rises and some falls and some rises and some falls, right?
Interesting.
But it all testifies of Jesus Christ, and it's all about Jesus Christ.
And also, just from the Bible, also talks about the Book of Mormon. And as he was saying, how it talked about Jesus Christ saying that there's more sheep of which he has to go minister unto. In John 10:16, it says right here, "And other sheep I have which are not of this fold, them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd." And he's talking about the sheep in the Americas, the people in the Americas.
In the scriptures, when Jesus Christ is resurrected, right, he goes back to the apostles, and they go to try to touch him and be with him. He said, "Touch me not," right? I have not ascended to my Father yet, because I have more sheep to visit. So that's just one of the instances in the Bible where it talks about the Book of Mormon, the people of the Americas.
Oh, okay. Well, what are the scriptural references?
For sure. I got a little bit of a list here. There are more, but these are the ones that I liked, I guess. And we can send you some more if that's something that you would like to study a little bit more. So yeah, there's John 10:16, there's Ezekiel 37:15 through 17.
So after having a more understanding of the Book of Mormon, I guess other than just what you've been told and what you've heard from it, what kind of do you think of it now with a new story behind it?
Well, in Hebrews, we're supposed to judge spiritual things with spiritual things, and Hebrews 9, if you wanted to turn there. Yeah, can you send me them?
Yeah, I can.
Alright, cool. Hebrews 9 it talks about a testator. Is that the King James version?
Yes.
if I can't find it, I might have to use that one.
Is this the ESV or is this the King
This
James?
is the New King
The
James.
New King James. Gotcha. So it might be a little bit different.
Yeah. Talks about testator. Hold on.
Is this the scripture where it talks about how, like, I'm trying to think how it goes. You judge something by the works.
Come on, phone.
You want to use this one?
Oh,
King James.
is that the original King James?
Yeah.
Try to find the word testator if you can.
In what verse?
It's in Hebrews 9
Hebrews 9.
somewhere.
For a testament is in force after men are dead, since it has no power at all while the testator lives.
Okay, well, what verse is that?
That's 17.
17.
Yeah. Hebrews 9, verse 17.
Okay. Alright, let's start in... Oh, I'm trying to think where should we start. Okay, well, 13, I guess. For if the blood of bulls and of goats and the ashes of a heifer sprinkling the unclean sacrifices to the purifying of the flesh. Maybe not that verse. Okay. How much more shall the blood of Christ, who through the eternal Spirit offered himself, who through the eternal Spirit, I just read that, offered himself without spot to God, purge your conscience from the dead works to serve the living God. 15. For this cause he is the mediator of the New Testament, that by means of death. So when Jesus died on the cross, that was the New Testament being formed. Okay? So if I'm just saying Joseph Smith didn't die on the cross to get what's your book called? The Book of Mormon. He would have to die to have a New Testament.
So how did the Old Testament start then?
The Old Testament started with Adam and Eve.
Yeah, so Adam was a prophet, right? And so God, to start a New Testament, he calls a prophet in order to start that revelation and start that beginning of that testament, right? And so the New Testament did start with Jesus Christ, right? Jesus Christ, he was also a prophet.
Yes, he was.
So he came down and he was able to receive revelation for the people on this earth. In the Book of Mormon, it actually didn't start with Joseph Smith, right? Joseph Smith, he's the one who translated it. So it started with that first guy named Lehi,
which was back in the same time as this.
Same as Jeremiah. So this was about 600 BC is when the Book of Mormon starts.
Okay.
And so the Book of Mormon actually starts the same way as the Old Testament and the New Testament would. It started with God calling a prophet in order to govern the people. Does that kind of make sense a little bit?
Okay, but where's but why? Okay, why would it say why would it say verse 15 in Hebrews 9? And the cause of he is the mediator of the mediator of the New Testament. So there has to be some type of a mediator for another testament of God to become.
Yeah. So mediator, right? Here, my phone's got it pretty nice. But if I click on mediator right here, search it up for me. It just says the authority of Jesus Christ. So a mediator would just be someone who has the authority to act in God's name, right? Who has the priesthood. Jesus Christ, he had the authority to act, to have the power of God, right? And give it to the people. And so the mediator would be Lehi in this case. Or in the Old Testament, it would be Adam.
Okay, where's Lehi mentioned in the Bible?
Well, Lehi, they're in a completely different section of the world, right? A lot of the time, the people in the Bible, they didn't even know about the American new continent, right?
Okay.
Because that happened when, like, Columbus, right? Columbus was the one who discovered the New World. So the people in the Bible didn't even know about the people in the Americas. And the people who lived in the Americas before Lehi went over, his family, didn't know about the people in Jerusalem.
Well, there's only 12 tribes that came out of the seed of Abraham.
Yeah.
That talks about it in Joshua.
For sure. I cannot remember what tribe Lehi is from.
Isn't it the stick of?
It does, maybe. The stick of...
It's in Ezekiel.
It does talk about it in a couple of the first verses. Let's see here. I think so Lehi is from the tribe of Joseph. It says right here that he's the descended from Joseph.
Can you find this in the Bible? Not
where it says Lehi is descended from Joseph?
Yes, in the Bible.
So Lehi isn't a prophet that's written in the Bible. He's a prophet written in the Book of Mormon.
Okay,
but there's a lot of scriptures that talk about the Book of Mormon in the Bible that we can.
Yeah. You can send me that.
Okay,
that's fine.
We will.
But what I'm trying to say is, that the Book of Mormon goes outside of the Bible. If the Bible's true, okay, which you guys
we believe as well. Yes.
Okay, there's no lie in God. Then why do you have? I mean, I understand you got the Book of Mormon, and I know a little bit about the backstory and blah blah blah. But he didn't die. Joseph Smith didn't die for you. Moroni didn't die for you.
It's true.
Jesus is the only one that died for both of you and me. So I mean, the Book of Mormon is it's a testament that you guys believe in, and it goes outside of the Bible.
It does go outside of the Bible. It is a completely different record than the Bible.
It's a branch off. It's different. It doesn't have anything to do with the Bible, but it teaches the same message as the Bible. Just the Bible's been through a lot of translations, right?
Yeah.
And this was just through one translation, so it is a more clear and simple message about Jesus Christ and His teaching, about people's lives.
So, I guess, are you asking, why do we need the Book of Mormon if we already have the Bible?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a pen on me. Sorry.
I have one.
Okay, awesome. This is an analogy we love to do with people.
Oh, you do?
It's a good one. It's a good one. So hopefully it'll make sense. But we love to start off, we just draw a circle, right?
Here's your Bible.
Oh, okay, thank you.
This represents the Bible, right?
Okay, that little circle?
Yes.
Okay.
How many dots can I draw through this circle?
How many lines?
Lines, sorry, not dots. Draw one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, right? It's an infinite amount of lines. These lines, they represent the different churches and the different beliefs that stem from the Bible, right? The Bible can be interpreted a lot of different ways. And we know that because there's a lot of different churches that still read the same Bible, but have very different teachings, right?
Yes, that's
so,
true.
When we have the Bible and the Book of Mormon, which is a second witness of Jesus Christ, there can only be one line drawn through both of them.
Okay.
Right? One gospel.
Okay, can you show me that, what you just showed me on that piece of paper in the book, but in the Bible?
Yeah. So the Bible, it testifies of the Book of Mormon. The Book of Mormon testifies of the Bible. In the Book of Mormon, there's one cool part that I love. Nephi, who's the prophet who writes the beginning of the book, he quotes Isaiah in the Book of Mormon.
Okay.
Let's see. And so as we read the Book of Mormon, it will help us understand Isaiah better as well. And we have a list of some scriptures.
Okay.
I don't know them off the top of my head. I have them on my phone, but we can send you where it does talk about the Book of Mormon in the Bible.
Okay.
One of my favorites. It talks about the stick of Judah and the stick of Abraham, or not Abraham, Ephraim. And back then, like the sticks, right? They meant scriptures. They were some scrolls or some papyrus or something. Let's see here, actually. Ezekiel 37, 15 and 17.
Go ahead.
Okay, so it just says, "The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick, and write upon it for Judah." So that's the Bible, right?
Okay.
Stick of Judah is the Bible. "And for the children of Israel, his companions, then take another stick, and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim. And for all the house of Israel, his companions, and join them one to another unto one stick, and they shall become one in thine hand."
Okay.
Right? So again, it talks about, you got the stick of Judah, the stick of Ephraim.
Okay.
And later, they'll be combined, right? And we'll be able to have that full gospel of Jesus Christ, right?
Which is that.
Okay.
So that's another time it talks about it in the Bible. Then there's also Isaiah 29, verses 4. So verse 4, and then 11 through 18. So that one's a little longer. We'll send you that one. You can maybe do some study on your own. But yeah, that's one of my favorite things about the Book of Mormon and the Bible. About the Book of Mormon and the Bible, I guess. The Bible testifies of the Book of Mormon. The Book of Mormon testifies of the Bible.
Okay.
Without the Bible, the Book of Mormon can't be true. Without the Book of Mormon, the Bible can't be true. Did I say that?
No.
But anyway, you got what I meant.
No.
You got what I meant.
Well, there's no lie in God. Titus 1:2. And like, I mean, Joseph Smith, took he looked into a hat and he made up stuff. So I mean, we can't go by our own imaginations.
Yeah, and if you think about it, right, Moses, he split the whole entire Red Sea with a stick, right? God, he uses objects and people in this life to help people get revelation and use, God's power.
Well, he has, yes. He has used
the seer stones, right? They may have. I'm assuming you're thinking of the seer stones that he put in the hat.
Yeah.
That's just a technique that Joseph used for God to prophesy through him, for him to gain revelation for the people.
Well, did you know that the gifts ceased back in 70 AD?
That the what, sorry?
The gifts ceased back in 70 AD.
Gifts ceased.
Like gifts of.
The gifts, the prophecy, the healing, miracles. It ceased back in 70 AD, and I can show you that in Revelations. Hold on, 1, 2. When Revelations was written, it was written approximately 66 BC, AD. Okay, we're talking first century. Okay, so the revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to shew unto his servants things that must shortly come to pass. He sent and signified it by the angel unto the servant John. So when John got this revelation, it was shortly that came to pass. Shortly doesn't mean 2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Kind of.
Why? Why do you say kind of?
I'm gonna ask some questions first. So, are you referring to prophecies ceased after the apostles died?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, you can.
Right. So in Acts it talks about the apostles continuing Jesus Christ's work after he was already crucified, after he had died. The apostles still had that gift. They performed miracles. They governed congregations. And they did all of that. I do not know the years, though, that the years that the apostles died. I do have a book that I could look that up.
Well, 70 AD is when the destruction of Jerusalem was.
Mm-hmm.
There was compact with many armies, and that's when Jesus came again.
Yeah. So this is where we get into the great apostasy. Yeah. Do you know about the great apostasy?
I don't know.
Okay.
I might know some things about it.
It's all good. We'll
but I might not. I don't know.
I'll try to explain it just super quick. I don't want to take up your time or anything, but
I got time.
All right.
I mean, I'm done with work, so it's like no big deal.
There you go. So the great apostasy, right? Jesus Christ, he had, we call it priesthood power. The power in order to act for God, in order to do miracles, in order to baptize people and do those ordinances, in order to do like communion, the sacrament.
Okay.
You need that gift from God in order to do those ordinances. Do you agree? You need to be sanctioned by God in order to do his holy ordinances.
Where is that in the Bible?
Well, it does talk about like John the Baptist, right?
Yeah, he talks.
John the Baptist, he had that priesthood authority. Right? Jesus, he could have gone to a lot of people to get baptized. He went to John the Baptist specifically because he had that power.
Okay.
So I guess if you didn't need that power to baptize, then that means anybody could just baptize anyone. You could pick someone on the street and say, hey, come baptize me, or hey, let me baptize you.
Well, baptism is a commandment in the Bible.
Yeah.
You guys know that.
It is.
I know.
Proper authority. That's what he's trying to say.
Yes, it has to be by someone who holds the priesthood in order to act in God's name. Does that make sense?
Okay, so can you show me that in the Bible?
Yeah. So
Not the Book of Mormon.
Yeah. So
all right, here's the Bible.
So let's see, I think it's in Matthew. Matthew, it talks about Jesus getting baptized. Right? He gets baptized by John the Baptist.
That's I think Matthew 2.
It is. Well done. Well done.
I don't know everything, so.
No, me neither. I'm still working on it. Let's see. Preached in the wilderness, and repent for the kingdom of God.
So what's your last name? Shippen, okay.
Yep.
You're Bishop.
Yep, I'm Bishop.
What happened to? He went to Bradford.
Yeah, we move a lot. And so this story, right? I'll pinpoint it down for you and give you like a list of verses that you can look at.
Okay.
But just to summarize it, this story where Jesus goes to John the Baptist, he has to go to the seas of Judea, right? Mm-hmm. And that's a long trek for Jesus. In order to get there, he had to. I think they've done the math. He had to walk day and night for a whole entire day, 24 hours.
Okay.
I think it's like 27 hours to get to the sea of Judea. But to do that, he went to John the Baptist because he had that authority.
Okay.
Because God had given him that priesthood to baptize him.
Okay.
Right? He could have just gone to one of his apostles or one of his people.
There's people today baptizing in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
For sure.
But there's no priesthood there.
Exactly. And so that's why we believe our religion is different. Is because Joseph Smith restored that priesthood back onto the earth. So you were talking about how people didn't have that prophecy after 70 AD. We would I'd have to do some research, but just coming from that, we would believe in that. After Jesus Christ was crucified, all the apostles were crucified. That priesthood power, in order to baptize people, in order to gain prophecy, was wiped off the earth. It wasn't there anymore, right? Like you would say. And so that power needed to be restored back to the earth. And so that's when Joseph Smith comes in, right? He translates the Book of Mormon, and then Peter, James, and John, they come to him, and they baptize him with that power.
Okay.
And then they also, by the laying on of hands, they give him that power to baptize others.
Well, Joseph Smith wasn't around until what, 1800?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why.
So how the apostle? Oh, whoa! You just made me think of something. You guys believe that either I think it's the apostle John or Paul is still alive to this day?
John the Beloved, yes.
Okay.
John, I can't remember which one. Dang it. I will send you some scriptures on that too.
Well, it says that he tarried on, or however it says it. Okay, well, think about it. Okay, it doesn't take two. I mean, we die. I mean, everyone dies on Earth.
Yep.
Okay, so he would be 2,000 years old.
Yeah, pretty old.
So he would be the oldest man alive.
Yeah.
But it says also in once to die and then the judgment.
Mm-hmm.
So 78. I mean, I wholeheartedly believe that all the apostles are not on this earth. John, Matthew, Luke, because there would be no reason for it to be. And plus, think about it. Okay, if the Apostle John was alive, you would see it broadcast all over the internet, everywhere. I mean, we got the internet. Where is he? He's up in heaven. Think about it.
For some reason, Jesus Christ doesn't come down and visit us here on earth, right? Or God, he just doesn't come down. We need to have faith. If John is a public figure, right? And you're all like, oh, there's John, the apostle. we wouldn't need that faith anymore, right? Because we have physical evidence right there. We say, oh, of course God's real. That's the apostle right there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not part of God's plan. God's plan is for us to have faith in Him, to repent of all of our mistakes and continue to try to become a better person.
Okay.
So that's one of the reasons John might not be around.
Well, he's not here on this earth. You guys believe that?
And I guess that's just the difference that we have, and we can tell you as much as we know and as much as you know, but it all comes down to this: you saying that faith, that leap of faith of believing that He is and going by it. And so I guess that's the only answer that we can leave with you, because.
And it does talk about how John, right? He all the apostles, they said, I want to live in Thy glory, right? When I die.
Okay.
John, he says, I want to continue to do missionary work. I want to continue to bring people closer to Jesus Christ and teach them the gospel.
Okay.
So that's, I guess, his purpose in being here on this earth still.
Well, then where is he?
We don't know.
No one knows, because he's up in heaven.
Well, it's like the same thing. Like, where's
Wait,
God?
I actually have a question.
What?
So, I guess, Michael Jackson, do you believe that he was alive at one point?
Yeah.
Did you ever see him in person?
People have seen him, but not.
Did you ever see him in person?
Well, on TV, that's about it.
Yeah, and so you're taking that leap of faith that he's alive, right? You've never been to Australia, I'm guessing, or like far away lands. But we're believing that those are real because we have that faith and we see pictures and we believe other people's words. And I guess we have never seen John the Baptist, or not John the Baptist, sorry, John the Revelator for sure. You've never seen him for sure, but sometimes you have to take that leap of faith to know that he's real. And you can, in the Bible, it talks about it and we can learn about it.
Yeah, well, I don't know the references off the top of my head, but I will send you some references so it doesn't look like we're just talking out of our butts. But it's good. So.
We do got to get going, though. We have another thing at 7.
All right.
Thank you for meeting with us.
You're welcome.
Here's
Thank
your
you.
horse Bible.
All right. Thank you.
Stole your books.
Thank you.
It's messed up. Oh, it's good. Yeah.
So, are either of you guys? Okay, because I heard that, like, I guess there's 3 of you and, like, 2 of you guys are training.
Okay, so he's pretty new. So,
Oh, okay.
So training lasts about 3 months.
Oh, okay.
It's just to train him to, you know, learn
okay.
how to knock doors, learn how to
okay.
live
Alright.
without his mommy. No, it's all good. So first 3 months is just training, but he's past that. So
Oh, okay, cool.
so, yeah,
Cool.
he's all out. So
Cool.
it's awesome.
So who's older, you or him?
I am.
Oh, you are? Wow.
Yeah.
19?
I'm 20.
You're 20? You're what, 18? 18, wow. You know, I just encourage you two to really seek out the scriptures, because the scriptures are true. You can stand by every word that is in the book, this book. And, you know, I tried to send you that, well, I guess it was him. I don't know who I sent it to, but one of you two. Maybe it was the other guy. Who knows?
It was me, yeah.
Okay.
We can't get that video to work though.
Yeah, our phones are like, they're company phones, so they're pretty locked down, like when it comes to internet stuff.
And YouTube and stuff.
And
we couldn't watch
YouTube.
YouTube on.
So we can't really like open those links at all, sadly.
Well, do you have your own personal phones? Why?
They just send us out with these phones so that they, I guess, we're monitored by the company and we're not off, like, going wherever without.
Just to keep us focused on the missionary work is the main reason. So then we don't waste time like on YouTube and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Well, I just seek out the best advice I can give you right now is seek out what the Word of God says instead of this book, because this is true. It lasted 2,000 years. Mm-hmm. Well, give or take, you know, because I think it was, I don't know when the first Bible was ever written. But seek out God for yourself, you know, and don't go by go by what this says, ultimately. I encourage you both to do that, because I don't want you to burn in hell, okay? I don't. And I mean, I'm a caretaker, so I just love everyone, you know, because that's just part of me. But you know, find out if what I'm saying is true, please. Please.
And Carla, we've both done a lot of research, right? I've read the Bible and I've read the Book of Mormon, and I believe that they are both the Word of God. And I know that together, right, they bring the full gospel of Jesus Christ. There's some things that the Book of Mormon talks about that the Bible doesn't, and there's some things the Bible talks about that the Book of Mormon doesn't. So that's why it's important to have both of them. And yeah, I just believe that both of them are true. And if you do some research of how the Bible came to be, the Bible isn't 100%